So, as you can see from my face, I have quite red cheeks. Anyway, there's something that I've always had. I get a little bit dark under the eyes every now and then, usually when I haven't been sleeping properly. And women, you can completely resonate with this. When it gets around to a certain time of the month, I do get a few little outbreaks as well, as you can see. So to start off with, I've been through all my skincare this morning. I use the RE9 Advanced Prep Work cleansing polish, which has little exfoliants in, which means it takes off all the top dead skin, leaves you with really silky soft skin underneath. I use my RE9 toner, which helps to add moisture, sort of moisture and hydration to my skin. It's a spray, so it's really great if you're going away, if you're on planes, things like that. I've got my RE9 serum that I use as well. That's like breakfast, lunch and dinner for your skin. It feeds it. I've also got my RE9 eye cream, which I use every morning, every night. Just a little grain of rice amount just tapped around my eye socket. And then my moisturiser. During the day, I'll use my RE9 Advanced Prep Work Hydrating Dew Cream because it leaves my skin really radiant. And on an evening, as my night cream, I use the Arbonne Intelligence Rejuvenating Cream. It's like my absolute go-to product. And then before I apply any of my makeup, I use my Arbonne primer. It contains a filling sphere technology, which fills out your fine lines, your open pores, and just gives you a silky smooth base for putting your makeup on. So it lasts longer as well. The smoother your base is, the longer it's going to last. And it's absolutely incredible. I haven't come across a primer on the market as amazing as that is. So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to use liquid foundation. So this is a medium coverage makeup. They also do a CC cream, which is lighter coverage, and also do a mineral powder foundation, which leaves you with a bit more of a matte base. So what I used to do before I came across Arbonne was I used to buy a separate green concealer as well for my skin to try and get rid of the red pigmentation in it. Now I don't even use a green concealer because this foundation is amazing. It was everything I'd spent my whole life literally looking for in a makeup. Something that was long-lasting, resilient, something that covered, but also something that didn't look thick and cakey as well. I actually, as a teenager, I went to a dermatologist about my skin with it being so red. And the only options were really sort of, I went through several different skin creams, skin cleansers. Nothing worked. The only option from then on was laser surgery, which wasn't even guaranteed to work. Or I could go to a dermatologist and look at cover-up options. And literally, as a makeup artist, thinking back, this cover-up was what they use in theatre for, it's a camouflage makeup, so they use it for hiding tattoos on stage performers in theatre. It's really thick, it's really cakey, it's really heavy, and that's what I used to wear on my face. And those of my friends when I was a teenager will completely remember it. I used to have a really thick foundation makeup on, and then it was set with a white powder, which used to show up in photographs as well. Photographs of me being as a teenager. I have these big white patches across my cheeks from where the powder was from my makeup. So yeah, finally, as I got into my 20s, came across Arbonne. Foundation's incredible. I rarely leave the house without a foundation on, to be honest. Foundation and mascara are kind of the two things I don't leave the house without. So once I came across the Arbonne foundation, it was an absolute lifesaver. Because as you can see, it covers, it doesn't look cakey, and it lasts all day too. So yeah, talking on a little bit more there than what I should have been. So what I'm going to do next is, under the eyes, I'm going to use the Arbonne Eye Primer. So this is really good. A lot of, concealers and things can be quite heavy around the eye area. So I'm just going to tap it on with my ring finger, literally like that. Around the eye area, it's great as a base for your eyeshadow too. But then also around the eye area. And then I'm going to use my Arbonne concealer brush. This one doesn't come in the brush set, but it's double-ended. You get your flat brush and then your round brush for buffing. And I'm just going to stipple that in. So because it's a product for the eye area, it's not going to be heavy or sit heavy either, as a lot of concealers around the eyes can. because the eye area is very delicate. It needs a lighter product. And then I will add concealer. So I never add my concealer before foundation because sometimes I'll find you don't need it. As you can see there, the foundation's got pretty good coverage over my blemishes. It's hidden all my redness, and then just using the eye primer brightens up under my eyes too. So what I'm going to do is, just to show you, is take a little bit of the Arbonne liquid concealer. So it's a really lightweight concealer, it's not thick and cakey, and just using the flat end of my brush is tap it. And this brush is wonderful because it does all the work for you. I'm just going to tap it over those blemishes. And then just go in and stipple over with my brush. Got a little bit of redness just on the end of my nose there because I've had a little bit of a cold. So I can just go on like that. You can stipple over, you know, literally you're just applying it with the flat end and stippling with your fluffy end to blend it into your foundation, and that's just going to sit and melt all into your foundation, all into your skin, and it covers fantastically. To set it, I'm using my Setting Pretty translucent powder, which has this lovely lid I absolutely love because it means I don't get makeup and the powder makeup all over the floor, all over the place. Tap off the excess, and then just literally, I'm just going to pat this into my skin, and that'll make sure it doesn't budge. So when you have blemishes, you can't actually, if they are quite raised, there's nothing you can do about the fact that they're raised, but you can use your makeup to cover up the colour and to blend them in. And then I'm just going to buff that. And always blend down your neck, remember, as well. So last thing little tip I've got for you is, if you do have redness in your skin, try and avoid going for pink or red based products when it's like your blusher and your highlighter and things like that. So one of my favourite blushers is the apricot blusher from Arbonne, because it's a really gorgeous peachy apricot base. It's got a little bit of shimmer in there too. Because if you're going to go and apply a pink based product, it's just going to bring that redness back through your foundation. So using something that's, peachy based, apricots, those kind of colours, bronzers, fantastic as long as they haven't got any pink in them. Warmer tone colours are great because it just helps to calm down that redness from coming back through your makeup as well. So that's, my favourite apricot blusher. Jessica Alba actually wore this at the Oscars a few years ago, so it's good to know. All the celebrities love the Arbonne makeup as well. So there we have it, concealing 3 different things: blemishes, redness, and dark circles around your eyes. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Leave me likes and comments, and as always, if you want to purchase any products, try anything, send me a message. If you want any advice, have any questions, let me know. I'm always here to help. Thank you, bye bye.